Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Meg and I am doing a new series of anything and everything sourdough to answer your questions and the questions that I received at the most recent sourdough workshop that I did. So if you are new in this space and you are wondering all about sourdough, I just posted about how and why you feed your starter. My starter's name is Linus. And now I'm going to show you how you put together your actual sourdough loaf. So I already put in here 50 grams of active starter. This needed to be, my starter needed to be fed this morning. I did not feed it until I already measured this out because it needed to be fed. So I'm gonna make my loaf and then I just got done feeding my actual starter. So now this is done. This is fed and ready to go until the next time that I need it. And now this needs to be fed, and so by making your bread, you're feeding it. So to my 50 grams of active starter, I'm going to add 350 grams of water. It's a little over a cup. If you are new in this space, it's really important to use a kitchen scale when you're doing sourdough. It's incredibly helpful. You don't have near as many dishes to wash and you can clear it out every time. So I'm doing everything right in here in my dough bowl. And now I'm getting ready to my 50 grams of active starter, I am adding 350 grams of water. Almost there. Perfect, right on the dot. Give it a nice little stir. Just stir it up. Have it all together. I usually let it sit for a minute or two. And then to the water, I'm going to add 500 grams of flour and 9 grams of salt. So I'm not even removing my bowl. I cleared it out, so my scale says 0 in the grams now. And now I'm gonna grab my flour. So you just saw that on speed setting. I just added all of the flour. Here goes the salt. The salt is, oh, I don't know, approximately, what is it? Approximately 1.5 teaspoons. 9 grams, there we go. This is my salt container. Those are all of your ingredients to the most, my scale is done. Those are all of your ingredients to the most basic sourdough bread that you can make. The water, the flour, the starter, the salt. I use these spoons. I can link them in I have linked them in my Amazon store. They are nothing special, but I love them for sourdough because they wash really easy. Okay, so you just saw that on speed setting. I just added all of the flour. Here goes the salt. The salt is, oh, I don't know, approximately, what is it? Approximately 1.5 teaspoons. 9 grams, there we go. This is my salt container. Those are all of your ingredients to the most, my scale is done. Those are all of your ingredients to the most basic sourdough bread that you can make. The water, the flour, the starter, the salt. I use these spoons. I can link them in I have linked them in my Amazon store. They are nothing special, but I love them for sourdough because they wash really easy. Okay, all I was telling you until my card was full was that these are cheap spoons, but they work really, really well because they do wash so easily. Okay, so now this has been sitting. Now I'm going to take some flour, I'm gonna put it on my countertop. I'm gonna move this over so you can see it, and you are gonna watch me do the folds. You do not need and push down and press down on sourdough. It will have a hard time sticking together, coming together, forming a loaf if you do that. Instead, you fold over. And then the next step after that is when you start rolling it into a ball. I'm gonna show you, rolling's not the best word, it's more of a pushing and a pulling to get it into the loaf shape. 99% of the time I'm making a round loaf because I love baking them in my Dutch oven. Actually, let me show you my Dutch oven. This is a well-loved Dutch oven, is it not? It was so beautifully white. But it's so fantastic to cook in. So I will line this with parchment paper, and then when the loaf is ready, I just plop it right in there. Woo, woo. And I will walk you through the cooking process in the next one. Okay. So, oh yes, So the biggest thing I want to tell you, okay, this is looking really good. So it still is looking scruffy. Scruffy, I think, is a good word for it, but it's really starting to stick together. So the biggest thing I want to tell you is do not overthink this. I think a lot of people get nervous about sourdough, and I just want to say don't. Like, just do it. Make some really bad loaves so then you can get to the really good loaves. I've made, my kids will testify, many bad loaves of sourdough.
Yep.
Right, Coop?
Yep.
And that's Cooper in the background. Okay, hey Cooper, would you mind coming to grab him just really quick a minute? So here's my dough. I put it on a floured surface.
What? Come here.
Do you mind grabbing him? Thank you.
What does he want?
I don't know what he wants.
He knows?
Oh, I don't think I have any. I'm not sure what all you can see, but he's with his big bro right now. Okay, so I just make sure that there's flour on both sides so I can work with it. And now you're going to pull up, fold over. Pull up, fold over. I'm gonna go back to the table to do it. Now you go to the other side. So I did this side and this side, and now you rotate it, and you're gonna go this side and this side. And then I usually do it 1 or 2 more times until it's, yep, there we go, until it's getting hard to pull. I'm gonna show you. So you saw the first pulls, they were pretty easy. I just folded it back over and now I can hardly pull. That's exactly what you want. It does not take long at all. And then I'm just gonna kind of tuck it in, fold it over, tuck it in, and it just kind of makes a loose ball. You're gonna do the ball again tomorrow morning. So I have here in my mouth. I wanna have flour in my face now. So now this is it. Do you see, it's not that challenging. It just takes a little bit of retraining of your brain to not push and knead on it. You don't wanna do that. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna press out. Well, we are gonna put our fingers in it. We're gonna kind of dimple the dough. I've not always done that. I think sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't, to be completely honest. And then we're gonna do the pushing and the pulling. So that will be in the next video, the pushing and the pulling of the dough to make it into your loaf. So anyway, there you go. Oh, one more thing. I have used just these to do the bulk rise. The bulk rise is the overnight rise. I have used just a really simple bowl before, but then I also bought one of these from my friend who's, the workshop was at her store, her boutique, and I have really liked these. So if you have one of the bread baskets, no matter what kind you have, you're just gonna wanna flour it really good. My first time it did stick in there. It doesn't stick anymore because it's nice and floured. That's the only thing you'll ever do in this. You don't do, and you just kind of, you can see, you're just kind of moving the flour around. And now the bulk rise will be in here. So I'm just gonna set it right in here. I really like these indentations. I think it looks pretty. If you don't, you can use this as a liner so it doesn't indent, but if you do like the indentations, then you can use this as your towel. You can get this damp, or you can just use, I often just use my Cantha towels are my favorite for bread dough. So I will often just use this. I will get it damp and cover it up, and now this will sit for 24 hours, and I will walk you through the next steps in the next video. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day.